Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody just calm down!
Help!
Here,
Oh,
take my hand.
ah!
Come on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me!
Take it. Take my hand.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rollin' round the bend.
Good morning, everybody. This fine, brisk 2-degree morning. I got the gaslighting never ends. I was live, Mo, when you typed that. Maybe. Close. It is still freezing. I've got a hoodie and a jacket on now. Although I did kind of leave my heater on overnight because I was just like, there's no way. I wouldn't even be able to do this. My hands would be frozen. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing well. I have a bit of a smile on my face this morning. Why, may you ask? Well, let me just lean to the side. Some things arrived yesterday. I said they could arrive. And they did. I said, they could be coming any moment. They could be coming today. They could be on their way right now. And they probably were on the truck as I said that, as I was live. But they are hardcovers. Waking Dream. They are the soft covers. I will show them to you momentarily after I say hello to you all. Mo says 2 degrees. What the hell? Are you in Australia or Antarctica? Yeah, 2 degrees Celsius. That's cold. That's nigh on freezing. What's 2 degrees in Fahrenheit? Is it like -30 or something? I can never remember. I haven't really. God, I didn't want to get out of bed this morning. I uploaded the friggin' thumbnail into where I'm supposed to put the first position. That's just that my brain is not turned on yet. Just bear with me while it loads up. I haven't had a cup of tea. I fed the cat. That's pretty much all I've done. But let's ease into this slowly. Jav Styler getting his 3rd first for the year. Let me nudge him, put him up there. Look at that cutie dog. 2 degrees would be -17. I have been in that, but thankful. If it was -17 here, I think the whole state would shut down. I don't think anything would operate. We're not built for that. Our houses wouldn't cope. The pipes wouldn't cope. We have Ellie in the house. That you are. That's like he's saying first to Jeff Styler. These guys came in at like 11, 1 a.m. D-Wag in the house. Creative M148. Yeah, I put these streams up super early because otherwise there's no way I'll get it up by the time I drag myself out of bed. Cranberry Langer says, Bancroft, I won't be able to make the show due to scheduling conflicts, but have a good stream. Looks exciting. It is exciting. It's very exciting. I need to get, sort of like I'm about to start fulfillment, so everything else is kind of slowed down a bit. It's good to get back in front of the computer and actually do some work. Valley Law was 7th. We got Amanda B was here. Oh, not that long ago either. Great to see Amanda B. Look, she's given. I'm going to put the. I'm going to post. Where is it? The sign up. Where is it here in the chat? Sign up for Fractured Mind is going to be the pinned link. Because why the hell not? There he is, Mr. Mo Biggs, the Golden Wrench himself. Hal Mo. We got Duck Bacon in the house. We have Past Master Dan. Creators Outlet. They're all calling me late. Late is a state of mind. D-Wag is still here. There's Jolly Green. Hello, hello, sir. Jav is still here. Great to see you. All right, now these are people who are actually watching. Andrew Campbell. It's too early and cold to be up, you're telling me. You are telling me. But work, we need to work. And I need to show some things off here. Ellie says, I promise to read my Lucent on the toilet each and every morning. You will know the book inside and out if you do that every morning. Rip Okami. Who's Okami? You guys know I don't know anything. But rip indeed. Rest in peace, whoever you may be. 40% Z in the house. Great to see you, mate. You are literally the only country on earth that uses F. Yes. I try to tell them that. They don't understand. We have Jake in the house. He says it's way too hot over here in UK Fidshire. He's all over the place. Yeah, when it gets too hot or too cold, that's what happens. We have Reese here too. What's up? I see Raiden Radio. I see Johnny Raiden. Raiden said he was going to come on my poker show. That'll be fun. I love hanging out with Raiden. I've got Johnny Rando here. Amanda's still here. She's watching and driving. Thank you for being here. Big ups to her. Shout out. What's Amanda put there? Some spaghetti. Oh, your dog? Oh, no, that's terrible. I thought it was like an artist or someone. Oh, yeah, that's awful, man. I hope you're doing okay. It's always awful when you lose a pet like that. We've all been through it. We're there for you, man. If all your friends jumped off a cliff, would you? No, we use Fahrenheit. Yeah. I don't know if that's a good excuse. All right, what do I show off first? Let's Okay. The rumors are true. They are here. Oh, so exciting. What do I show off first? You know what? I'll show off the book first. You guys have waited long enough. It's here in my hand. It's glorious. I've never quite seen a UV spot like that to cover the whole thing, and it's I don't know, just it creates an effect that I haven't really seen on a comic before. So without much further ado, maybe a little drum roll. Here we go. Painted Death. You guys made this happen. Thank you very much. There it is. Look at that gleam. You can see yourself in the cover, and it's on the back here. You know, I tried to get a UV spot on the little embers here, but apparently it didn't take. They were too small. That's all right. Small things. That looks cool. There she is. Look at that. It's a thick boy too. It's so much thicker than the first one. But every time I just look at it and I see it on the table, and I go, damn. It's actually there. It's real. I can hold it. Mo says she's a beaut, mate. She really is. What can I show? Little I put the effect of I put the Paris background as the thing there. A quote at the front. A little Shakespeare to get you in the mood. A little page of what happened before. I hope you all like that page. I really do. You guys have seen these pages here. I don't want to open it too much, you know, when you get a new soft cover. I did make sure, though, there's nothing close to I always do. There's nothing close to inside the close to the spine there, so you don't have to pull it apart to read it. It's real. Oh. We all know this page. All that work that went into just a page in a comic book. The nightclub there. Damn. You guys probably remember me, partly drawing or definitely coloring. And look how far in. If you all got the preview, where is it? If you all got the preview, that's how far in that starts. It's like, I don't know, 25 pages or something in. So oh no, Ellie says you missed an iron girder. Oh, too late now. Oh, that page there, the big double page of that was the last page I did. I didn't know what I was going to do there. It's there. It's real. No one better not find any errors in it. Tell you what. I mean, I checked this thing. God, it must have been 20 times to the point where my eyes were bleeding from rereading it. You know, it starts to get to the point where you're just like, am I even looking at anything? Jay Ryan says, it's awesome. Congrats, Bancroft. Thank you very much. Hypergloss. Hypergloss. Oh, it's so cool. She is missing out. She's so scared of UV spot. Just dive in. It's so cool. It really does add a bit of that. It's, you know what it is? It's in the biz, we would call it value add. It's shiny. Johnny Rando says, looks great. Can't wait to read my copy. Jeff says, it's okay. It's been 3 months now. Got a new puppy immediately. The bitch is a handful. Oh, man. Puppies and kittens. The puppies are way more of a handful than kittens. But I know what you're talking about. Ollie in the house. Yo! So cool, isn't it, Ollie? When you get that book in your hand. I need that puzzle. Comic size is just too small. Puzzles are in. That's what I thought I was going to be talking about yesterday. So the puzzles, the 2,000 piece puzzles came in of the Eiffel Tower. I'm still waiting on the 500s and the 1000s. They should arrive today. But the 2000s are in. I'm going to send it all. I'm going to send it all in order. So, well, if you ordered very early in the campaign, I'm going to combine all that together. So the famous crane money shot. Man, I do hope the cockfight is mostly about drawing cranes. That will be epic. Johnny Randall says, I'm a fan of the way Bancroft draws motorcycles. As long as you're not a fan of motorcycles. Because I just kind of eyeballed it. And, you know, I don't really know what all the bits do. So I'm 100% certain I'm going to get emails saying, that's not a thing. What does this do? I'm like, I don't know. It looks kind of like a motorcycle. Mo says, I don't consider the book fulfilled until we get a 15-second Thunderbuns proof of life video that isn't obviously AI. Maybe we can arrange that. I don't know if it'll come on live, but maybe we can do a pre-recorded thing. These women are afraid of gloss. I know, right? I was not talking about testicles. All right. That's not the only thing that came in. So and I also got posters as well. So if you ordered a poster, they'll be going out as well. They can go out straight away because that's a completely different shipping thing. What else? The puzzles, and I'm going to put it in front for scale. I can't believe that this is a real thing too, a hardcover. It's hard to believe. Now this is the first book, not the second, but let's do a drum roll again. There it is, just for scale. And reveal. Now, this is the first book. We can actually look at this one because we've looked through Waking Dream. But there it is. Man, Jake, remember I was drawing this? Mel and the kids were away, so I was staying up super late, and we were hanging out backstage while I was working on this. And I was like, I hope this works because I haven't really done this before, but I'm so happy with how this came out. It's you know, for the hardcovers, I did sort of like a matching color rather than the Lucent. So the Waking Dream has sort of this maroon brown, which looks amazing. And yeah, and it's like, I don't want to. I guess I will. I probably should. A lot of people, they will go to you know, printers like Mixam and that. And I don't want to throw any shade at Mixam. Mixam being great at me, but they kind of make their hardcovers like a lot of those sort of blurb places make their hardcovers. They're Camel has a word for it. It's not quite professional. It's like one level under. It's not amateur or anything. It's not like they're printing them in their home or anything. But this is made by a full-on professional hardcover maker, which means it's sections. It's signature stitched, which if you know printing, you know what that means. So you can open it flat, and it's pretty epic. But another cool thing about it is you get this really cool opening. This is called a end paper, and a lot of people just will put like a pattern or something on there, or just a flat color. But I thought, you know what? Should go balls to the wall. I mean, you know, these covers are all from set in the old timeline. But I thought, you know, most of the book is set in this timeline, so I thought it was a cool place to put a big image there. And yeah, there she is, massive, huge. There's a big double. What's that big double page spread? Man, this is the best. I tell you, this is the best way to read the Lucent. It is huge. That's not it. That's not what I'm looking for. Look at the other one. There it is. The big boy. It's just massive. Best binding ever. It really is. It's the one where you can, like, when this between the signatures, you can actually see the stitching, like the cloth stitching. Or is it? I can show you there. Hey, look. Can you see it there? You probably can't see it. It's too white. You can see a little bit of a cloth stitch in there, but man, it makes you wonder, like, why does anyone print anything smaller? You know, I mean, I understand why, but like, that's what it's all about. Where is it? There's a good page. Fantastic. Now I just have to wait for Paint to Death hardcover, and we'll be in business. But that'll probably be a couple of weeks, I'm guessing, maybe a week. I don't know. There's more of the Paint to Death hardcovers to print than this one. So that'll be fun, putting boxes. You can see there's already, that's not even all of, like, that's like a small part of the Paint to Death soft covers. The rest are in the friggin' house. But they're going out soon. So what else was I saying? Yeah, so that it gives me time to sign. I still have to finish off sketch cards. I still have to finish off some of the golden ash cans. So yes, exciting. All right. Is there a cutoff for the t-shirts yet? No, there's no cutoff. That's a good question. Thank you, Jay. That's a good lead-in, a good excuse. There's no cutoff. The website has pretty much just melded into a web store. I'm still going to keep this thing here because I like it. It's, you know, it's a good little thing. We can strive for goals. Like I can go for 900 backers and stuff like that. But so with the t-shirts, what it is I've just put the it's like a store. So there's 3 extra smalls available. Maybe you're a large. There's 7 of them. There's 14 extra large, and so on and so forth. So if you're a big boy and you want a t-shirt, there's only 2 available. So that's just how it's going to be. And when they sell out, they sell out, and that's it. Eventually we'll get to that with the books, but I overprinted more than enough of these, probably more than enough of these, and then the hardcovers there's less of. So if you do want a hardcover, you probably best to grab them. I mean, I still have them, so they came out great, very well executed. I'm so happy. It's almost difficult to believe that they're real. It's the 2K puzzle, dude. Good luck with it. That's all I'm gonna say. Jay is especially excited about the hardcovers. Yeah, I feel like I'm making proper bande dessinée now, which is crazy. It's like those red lights are telling you to stop reading. Wow, great opening spread. Might regret not getting a hardcover. They're still available. This is the best way to read the Lucent. It's huge. Rod has turned Bancroft into a shameless size queen. When are these going out? I think we will start fulfillment when we'll start fulfillment when the Painted Death hardcovers come in. That gives me a little bit of time to, do some signing, get more of the other stuff done. And yeah, so, maybe next week, maybe the week after. But I've already been packing the books into bags and stuff like that. So I've got to start signing tonight. That's going to be fun. 40% says, so that's a really great cover. If it ever finds itself on a shelf, I'm sure it will pique people's curiosity. Hopefully one day. That will be amazing. We got Jaro in the house. We have gold. Stiffy. I'm insulating the cottage with books. That's true. And you know what? When I come in, it has this sort of, it's this soft, eau de cardboard, a scent to it. And I like it. It smells like books. It smells like achievement. Mo says, when Bancroft hears cut off t-shirts, his mind goes back to the carefree, sequined booty shorts of Stab McGee rollerblading days. Those were the days. Johnny Rando wears extra medium. Yeah, I didn't get any extra medium. But yeah, hopefully, just like last time, once the books are out, and hopefully, if people like it and they talk about it, I'll start to see some sales pick up. And as well, once we are in fulfillment or getting close to ending fulfillment, I'll be adding PayPal back onto the site. And I know a lot of people, like once I add PayPal on, that's all anyone uses. So I know a lot of people have been holding off backing because they don't do the shop pay or credit card or whatever it is. So that'll be good. I'll also throw it up on Fund My Comic because I know some people want to support it over there. So that'll just be like a shop front thing as well. Just another avenue. Get myself out there. Finally! Yeah, I know, right? It's just you can't play with it because PayPal will, it doesn't matter how much you make them. It doesn't matter how many years. And I think I've had this PayPal account since 2001, something like that. Maybe even earlier. I don't know. When did PayPal come out? I mean, for a long time ago, I've had this, and they'll just drop you like that. And, we saw with Ripper, it didn't matter that it was like $1 million. It's like, we're holding on to your money until you get this sorted. Like, so yeah, I don't mess with them. They don't like pre-orders. It's like you buy, you ship. I can't wait to see this one now. Oh my God. Huge shout out to John. John the man. He's my printer. Down at Bambra. Absolute legend. I've been sending stuff to John since 2001, maybe 2000. A long time now. God, I've been working for a long time. Obviously not just for myself, like for different companies. It's one of the biggest printers in Melbourne, and it's crazy because he gives like a personalized service. And the dude drove over in an actual Bambra truck. That's what's cool about it. Like, you don't have to worry about it, things getting damaged in transit. The dude drives it straight from the printers to your house. Around the time eBay got popular, that's what I used it for. I used to sell T-shirts on eBay, and I would get paid by PayPal. That's what it was. So yarp. Hope you're going to stick around for tomorrow. The people. I haven't read it yet. Phil isn't watching, so it's all right. He knows. I read this one. I love this one. This is the new one. I don't think this doesn't have the white printed on it, on the red. I've got that special copy, but I've got to read this one. And I'm going to do a read through tomorrow. Johnny says, Johns are usually dependable people. Yeah. Especially John from Bambra. So I think he's going to share my stuff on his Instagram. He has like 20,000 followers or something. All right. How to John the Printer, going that extra mile for us. Man, he came through. He really did. I originally didn't want to go to him when I first started because he's a little expensive. And then I learned that lesson. Now go local, pay a little bit more, not even that much more. Pay a little bit more and get peace of mind, no import things. You can call him up on the phone if you need to. Bancroft sold t-shirts on eBay and unlicensed SpongeBob and Dora the Explorer pillowcases. What? In the Kmart parking lot. How do you know about my Kmart parking lot days, Mo? I feel like we've met each other in a former life. All right. Alrighty. Where are we going here? Sharing screen. A new day, a new page, and back to the business of making comics. You know, Rod sent me a tweet. He said, you know what is awesome about seeing these books is the fact that we were there to watch you make them along the way. And I said, yes, that is good. I do like a bit of that as well. So that's what we're doing. We're starting the slow build up hype to Fractured Mind, which will be the follow-up to the book that I just showed off. Well, it won't be a follow-up because it's not, I mean, it's like a prequel, but it'll be the next one that's coming out. Part of the world and everything. The blue light special is very different in Australia. Lol. Everything's different in Australia. You know what? I need a cup of tea, but I think it's still too hot. I need a sip here. I'm dying. It gets so cold in here, my friggin' the surface of the tablet starts to warp. I need to smooth it out. All right. I feel like I need some more reference here for colors. Even the computer's like struggling to wake up a little bit here. Come on, let's get going. Let's get started. What about this one? Is this good? I don't know if it is. All right, maybe. No. What am I looking for? I'm looking for color reference. Sorry, everyone. I'm sure I had. Is it this one? It was that one. Okay. Apparently, tea makes you feel cooler by raising your core temperature. Sounds like tea propaganda, though. I've never heard that. Tea is the nectar of the gods. Those panels represent how Rob felt when Bancroft pulled the metallic silver signature marker idea out of the ether. Yeah, that's Rob right there. Poor Rob. It kind of does even look like the avatar I have of Rob all beaten up. This is like, he's like, but hang on, let me make that white. He's like, but I was the one who told you about the marker. I'm like, shut up, Rob. These things are in the ether. And he falls down. And then this is Camel because he's got the glasses on looking from the side. It's like, what? Amanda, back in the house. Are you back from driving, Amanda? Looks like you are. You're typing again. Apparently, tea makes you feel cooler by raising your... Oh, no, we read that one. Sorry. Mo said Seth Green said the same thing about hot chocolate on his episode of Amazing Stories. I think it's just a general hot drink propaganda. I know Americans drink cold tea. I won't stand for it. What is going on? I've got the wrong setting on. That's why. It's like you don't work on something for a couple of days and you just forget everything. All right, I need to check my anti-aliasing. No, don't do that. Don't need that. Yep. Nope. Brush. Set to stun. All right. Good. Good. Did I get the right color finally? Is that it? I guess it'll have to be. Let's make Ella red. Why not? It'll stand out. Mo says, I don't drink any tea. Tea is only good for flavoring the harbor. You guys are missing out. I mean, you're just stubborn at this point. It's your stubborn pride. As I learnt from Mary Poppins, the colonists dressed up as Red Indians. Were you aware of that information as well? They were the early racists. You know, when I say racist, I mean that's racist. I don't know. It sounds like it would have been a hoot. But I did like the barb that the dad shot in when he said, making the tea unsuitable for drinking, even for Americans. I chuckle every time I hear that. Amanda is home from work. Amanda, do you drink tea? I feel like Amanda drinks tea. I feel like Amanda would be civilized enough up there in fairy tale land that she lives in, the fairy tale kingdom of New England. She would drink tea. Doc Bacon likes tea before going to bed. Well, as long as it doesn't have caffeine, I mean, I'm fine with it. The caffeine is slow infusing, so it doesn't actually... It's like you drink it over the day, it'll help you out, but it won't, like, shock you awake. We got Jonas in the house. He says, coffee is the shit. Still haven't had it. I can still say at 40... Oh, wow. In one day, I'll be 44. In 44 years of age, I still am yet to drink a coffee. It's like an achievement. It's like I'm unlocking a goal here. So, will we get everything soon, all at once? Puzzles, hardcovers, painted decks, sketch cards, all at once, Amanda. All at once. So, yeah, that's how I was able to do the combined shipping thing. So you could get the free shipping. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out an update saying, you know, if you can, now some people can't log in. I don't know why. It's very frustrating where they can change their address. If you can't, like if you need to change your address, just let me know. I'll change it for you. That's annoying, but it is what it is. Yeah, I wish there was a better account feature on that site. And there should be, but I don't know. Some people seem to have an issue with it. It works for me perfectly fine. But anyway, neither here nor there. And also, I'm going to take off the free shipping code. So that'll be done. And, you know, at that point, it's just if you buy, you get a free shipping. That means I'll have entered fulfillment mode. So, yeah, you know, because I can't give someone free shipping and then, oh, sorry, I've already sent your order. So, but yeah, everything will be sent out in one package. Jay says, most Boston-themed tea parties are the best. The Sons of Liberty. Is that who they were? That's what they were called? I seem to remember that, actually. I remember that from the John Adams show. It was like Samuel Adams. Amanda says she's had a cup of tea in the last couple of days, more of a coffee person. Yeah, Mel's the same. If Mel never had another cup of tea, she probably wouldn't miss it. And Mo, in 5 days, will be 45 as well. I think Mortal V as well. Mo. 40-year-old young'uns. You don't know how good you got it. I'm pretty happy. Everything's still working currently, you know. Yeah, peppermint tea is the good stuff. All right. Better actually do some work here. Get some things done. What color did I make him? I don't think I had him in the previous one. He can be this color. Flatting. The lifeblood. The heart of any comic book. The flatting. Did you hear Kenneth is flatting already on Groken? He's got 85% of the book drawn. Mad lad. And is flatting. See, that's why it's a good thing when you can do everything. Because if you're just penciling, if you're just inking, if you're just coloring, especially if you're just flatting, it can get very monotonous. And there's certain times of the day when you're really in the zone. And then there's other times of the day when you just want to crash on the couch, but you can't because you know you got so much work to do. That's when it's a good thing that you can do other things. Like you can flat, you can pack books, you know, you can do something mindless, you know. That's like the secret added benefit of doing everything yourself. I mean, the downside is you're slow at everything, but move this over here so I can see what you guys are saying. Mortal V, Ali Sangui, and Mo all have the same birthday. Remember that statistic I said that doesn't seem real? Where it only takes 23 people in a room to make it more likely than not that two of them share a birthday. It's only 22 people. I'm the birthday boy or girl. Hey, Jake, did you see the Simpsons cutout thing on the art share yesterday? If you did, I thought you'd get a kick out of that. Hashtag Roker Force. Jaro says Kenneth is a national treasure. I like what Aldous always say. He's a generational talent. That's a pretty nice compliment to get. A generational talent. When people talk about who was the bee's knees, who is important during this period of comics, people will talk about you. That's pretty cool. I go too far out of the lines. Jake says he didn't, but he'll go back and check it out. Yeah, it's this guy who cuts out stenciled paper and stuff and makes these little light boxes. He does it for all sorts of things, but the one that caught my eye, obviously, was The Simpsons. And I thought you'd enjoy that. It actually looks really cool in the end. I was like, where's he going with this? And I did it yesterday. I did a lot of Instagram stuff because it was even colder yesterday than it is today, and I was just in bed and I'm like, that's it. I'm just gonna look at Instagram for art share stuff. And Mel was like, "Are you getting up?" I said, "I'm working. I'm getting I'm getting the show ready so I can stay in bed." Butterbear is here. Butterbear is here. Mo may be the flattest of flatting. It's a murderer's row of birthday partakers. It really is. Amanda has the same birthday as two others. Yeah, I wonder if anyone in CG says my birthday. We got Kirby in the house. He says, "You like The Simpsons? Do you remember individual? Yeah, I used to play that as the thing. I think I changed it up though because I'm not really doing CG now anymore. This one.
Individually, we are weak, like a single twig, but as a bundle, we form a mighty
Yeah, I couldn't really afford to keep the site going, and people weren't really using it that much. So I just thought I'll might do something at a later date with a more select group of offerings through my site. We'll see. But yeah, that was my outro for a long time. Old Simpsons is so good. Original Simpsons. Just full of golden gems like that. I nicked it. Well, you let your guard down for that split second, and I do it again. Good day. My brother is in Melbourne. We went out to my dad's place for dinner last night. He lives in London, and he has 2 little children. His wife is Australian. He's Australian, obviously. But their kids sound like little poms, and it was so funny because they're quite young, and they were saying these. It was pretty hilarious. They sounded like Jake, but when Jake is putting on a really British accent. I mean, he has a British accent, but like when he's really hamming it up. They sound like little parodies. I tried to get him to say but they didn't. They weren't having a bar of it. They just looked at me like, who is this weirdo? Jake says, I found a video that recaps every episode from The Simpsons Golden Area. It's dense storytelling download, 11 hours long. Oh my God. Mo says, you can't beat that era of The Simpsons. Oh, it's so good. Sometimes I think, maybe we should go back and watch it. And then I remember, I've seen every one of these episodes probably 100 times. Probably good, I can still sing the See My Vest song, the monorail. What's the other one I love? Oh, the softball song. I love that one. Now here's a question. What was the episode? What was the episode that first made you go, that was a little weird? And it doesn't have to be a bad episode, but it was just the first time that you watched The Simpsons and you thought that maybe they were going a little bit off formula. I know what episode it was for me. And I wonder if anyone feels the same way. Jake says the Garbage Man Can. That one? Oh, he's just talking about the songs. The Garbage Man Can. That's a good song. Canyonero. Kobe says the British accent to me was how all fantasy voices should be until now. Now the British accent is grating. No, it can be, but no, I think the British accent is great. We just watched the there's no way I remember the name. Just the new Guy Ritchie movie with Henry Cavill in it, and I wish people talk like that still. This sort of old way of talking. Talk the Kings, like they did in the Inglourious Bastards. Anyway, well, I'll just say it. To me, I remember. Mo says the Simpsons were still funny for several seasons after they started going downhill. They just weren't great anymore. Yeah, exactly. So I think sort of season 6 to 10, it was still watchable. It was still okay, and there were very funny moments and classic moments in there. But they messed with the formula, and that was when the cracks started to appear, and they just sort of let in. I think for me, the biggest thing that started to happen was the continuity started to break down, just like in comic books. And Mo says British, yeah, British. I'm British, so I'm gonna get a glass of water and watch some Predator. Where are the T's? Yeah. For me, it was the B Sharps. I remember watching the B Sharps episode, and I think I liked it. I think it made me feel weird when I first watched it. I love it now, but when I first watched it, I was like, hang on. He was a world famous pop star this whole time. So I'm just like going back in my head to through all the episodes, and I'm like, that just doesn't track. How could he have been a world famous #1 charting pop singer that just they never went anywhere and he went back to the plant? Like, they started playing too fast and loose with the continuity, and but more importantly and more tragically, Homer became like a proper idiot and a bad dad. And I was like, that's just never his character. Homer was always a great dad. Obviously, notwithstanding all the slapstick kind of choking and stuff, but he always got redeemed at the end of the episode. And he wasn't like a functional retard. But yeah, that was to me, and I don't know what season that was, but I remember that's the first time I remember thinking, that's weird. 40% Z says, I remember around the 10-year mark, people started people saying the first 5 years were better than the second 5, but at the 20-year mark, people said we don't know how good we had it in the first 10. I feel like, yeah, exactly. You hit the nail on the head right there. I can go back and watch any one of the first 10 season shows with perfectly fine. Jake says, I hated when they would rewrite characters past, like how Marge and Homer got together. Yeah. It got kind of so loose that I can't even remember which things are little treehouse of horror kind of what ifs, or if they're actually kind of quote unquote Simpsons canon. Not that you can really have Simpsons canon at this point anyway. It's just a free for all. I think that's all cape there. That is. Hen says, only the common Brits miss the T's. That's not true, Hen. I actually listen to a lot of language videos. Not to mansplain, Britsplain you. But and a lot of them talk about the accent. It's called a glottal T, and actually you see it in even upper class can sometimes do it. It's not like what I just went overboard with my Predator. And pronouncing the TH as a F, I think. But even the the T is a different sound. And correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you guys do T as a D, but I could be completely wrong on that. I know we do in Australia. We say water, which is, I think, what Americans do that as well. Give me some water. %. Z says, for me, things fell apart somewhere around either fake Skinner. Oh, the fake Skinner one, I knew the end was coming. The fake Skinner one, I had already decided in my head canon that never happened while I was watching the episode. I was like, no, I don't accept. I was like, no, I don't accept this. This is not canon. It doesn't make any sense. There's nothing in the lead up to that. Even if you liked it, Jake, and I don't dislike the episode. I was just like, no, ain't happening. Sorry. Ellie, yes, the shooting of Mr. Burns was a cultural event, and they did it really well too. Whereas I couldn't figure it out, I didn't figure it out 100% as it was happening. But then afterwards, it was actually pretty well done, and it was like, no, it was there. The clues were there, even though there were so many red herrings, so it was sort of ambiguous. But no, they did that well. But yeah, that was a massive deal. Which episode did Conan O'Brien write that was one of my favorites? I can't remember anymore. It's been so long, but I do remember he wrote one of my favorite ones. That was the golden era. The golden age of Simpsons. I even remember the first time I ever saw what The Simpsons was. It was Christmas in the very early 90s, maybe even late 80s, probably early 90s though. And someone gave a Bart Simpson t-shirt as a present, and I was like, what's that? I just liked the character. I didn't know what it was. All right, he can be a bit lighter in skin. Damn it. Hen says that thing is because many of us have Irish parents and there's no in the Irish language. Yeah, I had a friend whose mother was Irish, super strong accent, crazy strong. And she used to say ting. That, ting, like a, oh, and she would say tree instead of three. Irish is always right up there when people say the best accent in the world. And strangely enough, Australian as well, which just blows my mind. Whenever you go overseas and you haven't heard an Australian for a while and you hear one out in the wild, for me, I always go like, oh, I forgot. Why isn't my thing updating? Oh, the chat had completely not updated at all. Let me just catch up here. Where are we up to here? Oh, Angela's here. What up, Angela? Conan wrote the one where Homer goes back to college. Is that my favorite? I'm not sure. Is there a chance the track could bend? Not a real life, my Hindu friend. My friend who got me into Star Trek, God, he loved that episode because it had Spock in it. He loved it. He loved the bit where Spock starts going on about the doors or something, and the guy says, "Can we switch seats?" Is it the monorail episode? Did Conan write that? Gummy Venus de Milo. Yes. You stop saying gummy. It's the rarest gummy of them all. Mr. Simpson, you sound to me great yet further. Sweet. Oh, it's good stuff. My kids would think it's old now, I reckon. They might like Futurama, though. Futurama was a bit more advanced in the animation, I think. Just Call Me Hand says, I say 20 with a T. Yeah, sometimes I say with it, I say 20. Sometimes I say 20. Just depends on how loose I'm feeling at the time. Ellie says Futurama had some classic episodes. I love Futurama. I think my favorite episode is Fry needs an apartment, and because he's staying with Bender in that little cupboard. He's like, you can stay in my wardrobe or whatever, and he opens up and it's a full-on massive apartment. I remember that. I like that. Some classic Rod Looper thugs here in the background. Generic bad guy. Up to no good. Jake says that's season 1. Yeah, I probably, you know, another one I like is when Fry becomes a gazillionaire because of his anchovy. I know his bank account, and he wants to buy the anchovies just for to eat, and the woman is trying to stop him because he could, you know, destroy her whole company. Or the one where Santa comes and kills everyone. Mo says, I'll never get how kids can't enjoy older things now. Well, I've tried to get them into some of the older cartoons that I watched when I was a kid because, you know, finding good non-woke cartoons is not easy. And even like Clark will watch stuff that isn't necessarily woke, even though they do some weird gender swap stuff. But you know, he doesn't know any better. Like he doesn't know any different. Like the Amazing Spidey and His Amazing Friends. It's still, you can tell like the messages in them, they're not bad. It's just weird. It's like it's all about everyone, you know, everyone can do anything. Well, that's a line from The Simpsons. I don't know. All I know is that no one's better than anyone else, and everyone's the best at everything. Something like that. It's a bit like that. So it's like, you know, I try to get them into Inspector Gadget and stuff like that, and they just like, it looks old, and it does, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, I grew up watching you know, Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck from the friggin' 40s. Or whenever that was made. Yeah, so everything I know is from season 1, pretty much. That's all I remember of Futurama, clearly. That's his hand there. His arm, sorry. Arm, hand, same thing, whatever. I've invited young Vaughn Coleman on for the last 15 minutes of the show because Phenomenova is closing out today. I think he might be appearing on some other shows, but I'm not exactly sure. But I said, well, yeah, this would be the only opportunity to do it because I'm not streaming any other time today. So we'll check that out in 45 minutes or so. Vaughn, never heard of him. He's, the guy who can't grow a beard. He was complaining on Twitter. I don't know if he was actually complaining, but he was saying on Twitter, I got carded at the at the cinema, to get into an R-rated movie. I'm like, yeah, you have no hair on your face. None. Zero. I'd card you too. I couldn't wait to grow a beard when I was a kid. And the first time I got the opportunity, that's exactly what I did. I grew a big Ned Kelly beard. It was great. Moses, the best thing about Phenomenova is not the title. It used to have a different title. He changed it to that. I have a card here somewhere. I think it's down there. It's called like Lightning something. Maybe that'll be worth something one day. Ned Kelly beard, a very Australian reference. Yeah, I've got a photo of me around here on a license. I grew my beard out just so I could take a photo on my license and have a big bushy beard on my license. Citizen Ronan says, I got carded into my 30s. At some point, you look your age. In Australia, there's this weird loophole, and I've used it many, many times when I was younger, which is if you are over the age of 26, you can't be carded, which is unusual, right? I mean, how does that work? Well, how it works is you're walking into a club or a bar or a pub or a casino. It usually happened to me at the casino because that's where I was going. And they stop you and you say, I'm 27. And they go on through. It was literally that simple. I mean, I never did it to be fake or anything. I never tried to get in when I wasn't allowed. But yeah, every time. And it happened probably about a dozen times. Can I see a thing? I'm 27. They go on. Mo says, I think the original title was Little Lord Lightning or something else almost as bad. Oh, well, you can call him out, Mo, when he gets here. Was it as bad as The Woken? I thought The Woken was quite a good title. But now I look back at it, it's too generic. People don't really use the word Lucent very much. I feel like, and it ended up actually altering the story slightly, which you guys will find out in the third book. So I'm happy people got, well, not happy people got work, but I'm happy that I was forced to change it. Mo says, oh, I have. Ellie says, no, it was the Lily Livered Lightning Laddie. Oh my god. Guys. He's done incredibly well. In today's economy, in today's sort of crowdfunding scene, to make 10K on your first book is kind of unheard of. Unless you're already famous, obviously. I just need to keep an eye on the time, so I send in the link at the appropriate moment. Jay says, I used to identify as a bearded man. You have a beard, don't you, Jay? I thought you did. I might just be misremembering that. Lucent was a tech company in the 90s. Oh, there are tons of things called Lucent. It's a great name. It means to glow, like to illuminate. And it sounds like lucid. It was just like perfect. When I found it, I was like, oh my God, that's it. That's the title. Sometimes you just know. You're like, yep, that's it. Because I had a whole list of things and none of them were really, because I was so married. I was so used to the Woken, which fit as well, but yeah, a bit more generic. The Bluecent. That would have worked too. Ellie says, Moocent better than Lucent. Wow. We have Student of God in the house. He's agreeing with something. Maybe me. Hopefully me. I don't know what's being smashed here, but I'm glad that it is. It's a general shrapnel smash. Who knows? Citizen says Jay's beard makes him look like he sells dream catchers down at the drums while playing hacky sack. Henry says, we said things like Jay looks like he makes hemp jewelry and Jay looks like he has made artisanal honey. We have lots of those characters around here too. I know exactly what you're talking about. And then Jay says, see what I have to put up with? He said, I set my face on fire after that night. Was this because you revealed your face for the first time? It's always a rookie mistake to kind of build up your, I'm not saying this is what you did, but when people do it, build up your online persona without anyone seeing your face, and then they see it for the first time. I remember seeing Sargon of Akkad for the first time, and I didn't know what to think. I mean, now that's how I see him in my head, but at the time, I was like, this, you left it too late. I can't deal with this. I had to like not look. Although I suppose everyone's used to seeing Cecil now. But that was kind of a slow, gradual reveal. Seen him on Lotus Eaters? He's very thin now. It's annoying. He used to be a lard ass, but he's still got the kind of lard ass attitude, which is what you want to have. When I first started listening to him, he was an indie game developer. and this was pre Gamergate, and he was trying to get his game made. And he was ranting about feminists, and he was hilarious. And then Gamergate blew up, and he was right place, right time. So I was listening to him, yeah, for a long time. I think he had like 1,500 subs or something. I always did imagine he was a larger. I think he would said it too. He was like a larger man, but yeah, he's thin now. Well, Richard, that's how I felt seeing Bancroft for the first time. I got my face out there. The moment I decided to use my real name, I got my face out there because I was like, I'd already seen it go down. Yeah, let the people see what they're dealing with here. V did both. He is an avatar, but also he's uncanny. But V looks exactly how I pictured him. V was another guy. I was on the stream. I wasn't on. I was listening to the stream when he first came on. I think it was a Medica stream, well, Internet Aristocat stream. And he came on and he was doing his shtick. He was hilarious and everyone was dying, laughing. He was doing that thing, you know, where he rolls his R's, and he was talking about Zoe Quinn or Anita Sarkeesian or something. He's not nice. He's just Romanian. And I think V follows me now, like, because of comics. That sort of blows me away. If I ever get Sargon to follow me, that will really blow me away. I know he's not following me now. He's unfollowed everyone. All right. He's only following 25 people. Okay. I saw Razorfish was following me the other day. I was like, yes, that's cool. That's another guy who I'll listen to forever. But it's cool. Like, they follow you because of the comic stuff. That's a book I have to get, actually. I want to buy that. I need to get that. A lot of people have been... Raiden says, I still listen to Harmful Opinions. He should have kept his face hidden. I didn't know he revealed it. All right. Who was another guy that was good back then? There was Teal Deer, Harmful Opinions. Oh, there was some of them that were so good and so smart. They made such amazing videos, but they kind of just, you know how it happens. Well, it says, people tell me I look like John Candy with a mustache. When I don't remember that. You look like a very normal fella. I didn't even know who you were because it was too loud and when we met. But then I eventually I heard the voice, and you told me you were. But Mo says Ellie Bancroft looked like a mix between Paul Rudd and Bart Simpson. All right. Mo says V probably follows you because you post about Scurry, so he thought you were a furry account. Yeah, we're not really into the same sort of stuff. That's true. Simply says, I don't know if you'd have anything specific to chat about. I could see V being happy to jump on a stream if you asked. He was in one of the CG rooms, and I remember we had a very brief exchange over something. I can't remember what. I think I did message him at one point to see if he wanted to come on, but I don't think he ever got back to me. Well Red's got Race's book on digital, doing a review soon. Maybe that's what I need to do. I do like the hardcover though. Student God says Michael likes that clout. Hey, getting followed by Razor Fist, that was like, I don't know, that was a moment. All right, what am I doing here? I'm just fluffing about. You know, and I think he probably follows me because of Shant, because Shant did that poster for him, and you know, Shant kind of actually talks to him. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. We have Phil in the house. Phil eagerly awaiting my report card on the people. Still haven't read it, Phil. I'm getting there. Tonight. Tonight's the night. Did you see my books? Hold on. Are there any more people in here now? I know we had like we got 25 in here. I'll do a little show off for those who came in new. Phil says, wait, how do I get followed by Razorfist? I don't know. Maybe put out a book like this. I think, Phil, that this cover is on par in terms of the impact that you get when you see it to your golden Lost Pages cover. When you see it, you go, that's some nice value add right there. Got the spot gloss on the leaf at the back. I can't wait for you guys to read this scene with the leaf. It's probably my favorite scene that I've ever written. But it is that and hardcover. Look how big it is. Where is it? Oh, I just like looking at them. I want to carry them around. I want to get asleep with them, you know? Put it next to your... Oh, you know what I need to do, Kirby? You know what I need to do? Look. There you go. Some real life. Art becomes life. Good stuff. Mo says, Student of God says that cover is money, boss. Thank you, my friend. Mo says the spot gloss on that cover was provided by Butch Killigan's Tears of Right. No. I'm trying to not start a beef with Sven. I had Sven on. He is a cool dude. Well, I thought we were cool. I thought we had a great fun show. He's a based guy. And then I don't know, like months later, he's like, "Bro, you stole my cover." What? What are you talking about? I don't know. He hasn't really gone after me. It's mostly his followers. Mostly. So get someone to animate that leaf floating down, then it becoming your logo. Oh, that's a good idea. That's what happens. Here's what happens. I can even show it. Where is it? It's in the middle-ish, I think. Yeah, I'll show it small so you can't read it. You can see it down there. The leaf falls down. Oh, Swatcroft. I swear I did not see what he was referring to. I swear it, bro. We got Dave in the house. Perfect 10 going swimmingly, I see. Great to see. All of the pages from Bancroft's books are sticky after I lick them. Jay wants me to sniff them. I do like sniffing a comic. Let's have a sniff here. It smells like a modern comic. You know, it's on this what do you call it? It's not gloss, it's not uncoated. It's like a satin, you know? I mean, it's look, nothing smells like a good old newsprint, you know, comic like that. We can't compare to that. It's got that silky smooth finish. Exactly. You said it. You noticed I've rounded the hat so Camel can't continuously accuse me of thievery. But I'm sure he will. Japanese paper and art books smell the best. Well, anything uncoded, really. If you can print uncoded, that's the business right there. I'll just be huffing that all day long. I literally do. If I get an uncoded book, I'll be, you know, reading it in bed next to Mel, and she'll just look over and she's like, "Can you stop smelling that book?" Like, no, I can't. It's part of the process. He put Carmen San Diego on you? Who did? Camel? Camel's got a character that looks like Ella dressed like this. 100% coincidence, obviously. But, you know, it is what it is. But they both sort of look like Carmen San Diego, kind of. Good. Roy says, good watercolor paper when wetted smells like farts or a wet dog. Well, that's just wonderful. I'm glad I don't use that. So I think this is darker. It's been a pretty big year for fulfillment, actually. A lot of books coming out. A lot of people talking about books, good and bad. A lot of critiques happening. Reviews. Good to see. Undoubtedly, some butt hurt, no doubt. But that's all part of the creative process. I'm looking forward to my first F. That happened last time. I had to sit there and watch a video of someone tell me why my comic was the worst comic ever made. But you know, each their own. It's all about how you sell it, I feel. You know, I've tried not to sell this my books as like an action American comic thing. I feel like if you can get that message across, then people aren't as disappointed when it's not what they expected it to be. Jay just got his Nosfera the other day. Still need to read it. Moses, I never said it was the worst comic ever made. There are other Fs in history. Was it you, Mo? I should go back and rewatch that. Actually, we can watch that all together. The guy didn't like it. He was very clearly was wanting a more American style comic with compressed storytelling, and the Lucent is very decompressed. No, I wouldn't say it's super decompressed. I've probably read more decompressed, but it is decompressed. It's more it runs more like a movie. It's about that same compression. So he didn't like that. And then, of course, because it's an ongoing story, it didn't tell the entire story, and that was just like unforgivable sin, that's a perfectly fine critique, by the way. And a lot of people have made that critique and will make that critique about Painted Death. But I feel like I gave enough of a story in Painted Death to lessen that. Hopefully, we'll see. I think it ties up Painted Death, so we'll see how that goes. If people feel the same way, they might not. Daniel says, I heard The Lucent is the greatest comic ever written. Well, just tell everyone that that's what you heard. Thank you. Say that. Tell as many people as you can find. Mo says, now The Lucent is really good. You would never believe it was written by the likes of Bancroft. I am a deep well, Mo. I'm like an onion, a man of many layers. It was the lack of nipples. I should go find that, actually. Who reviewed it? Oh, it was Comic Something. He had comic in his name. And I remember him backing it. I remember thanking him. And other than that, the Lucent Waking Dream review. Let's have a look. Nope. Oh. Unboxing. Nope. We don't need to see the graphic novel pre-launch promo. Just scroll right past that. Mo says, I'm a deep well, as Rod can attest. See, the problem is so many of my videos get in the way here. Is this it? Unqualified comics? This could be it. Oh, it's 16 minutes. I don't want to watch 16 minutes. Let me have a look. I think this is it.
Lucent Waking Dream by Michael Bancroft. And I already talked about what actually came with the book, so I'm not going to go too much into that. But we'll just get right into it. The Lucent short review is not for me. No.
No, I don't know if that's him. I don't know if I can find it. It's pretty cool that all these people like unboxed it and did a review. That's pretty dope. Hopefully they do it again. Yeah, he was not happy. I mean, I just watched the guy who was like, yeah, it's not for me. That's fine. What are you guys saying? More than US comics, less than manga, European French. That's exactly where I'm at. I'm trying to walk that line. Right. Now, this comic, Fractured Mind, will be a little bit more like an American comic. Because it's mostly sort of more about action and stuff. But we'll see how that goes. Daniel is saying hello to everybody. Got Mark's music obsession in the house. He says he's busy with chores, but wanted to say hi to everyone. Hello, Mark. Very nice to have you here. It's always, you know, I thought it'd be really stressful listening to reviews, but once some people like it, then it never mattered to me. It's like someone says, "Oh, I really didn't like your book." It really didn't bother me at all. And you know, people even pointing out where I did things poorly or whatever. It's fine. Like that's all useful information. As long as some people liked it, I found it didn't bother me. It's just like, all right, you take it on the chin and then you think, okay, is that something I need to work on, or is that, do I just ignore that? I don't know. Like a lot of the times though, when people have critiqued my art or whatever, it's stuff I already know about my art that I know I can improve on. Student of God, Marco, do you remember my review of your book? No, I don't. Is there a? Did you like it? Was it a good review? Sorry, I don't recall it. I've got to sound terrible. Was it a video or was it like a tweet thing? All right, this guy needs to be wearing a wife beater. A greasy, dirty wife beater. Simply Green says, depending on how things pan out, I could compare book 1 to the first season of Shogun. Felt like it'd be 2-3 episodes, a more compressed series. How many books do you think there'll be for this series? For the main storyline that I'm telling with these main books, we're looking at 5. You know, originally when I started, I was thinking it would be 7, but you know, talking with Joe, we really sort of figured out how to simplify a lot of the plot, make things move along quicker without sacrificing any story. And so we're looking at 5 all in all, which is still, you know, at my pace, it's still a fair amount of time for me. So yeah, we're still a ways off on it, but there'll be standalone books in the middle of all that, sort of fleshing things out and stuff like that. Supplementals, essentially. That's what this is. A supplemental kind of one shot. Do you have more than one of that sombrero? Says Bitterbat. Only that one. I've got an Australian one, but in that color, no. I got that from a party shop. When I saw it, I just said, I must have it. It's so me. Student of God said, yeah, I liked it. It was a video tweet. Oh, cool. He said, I felt like the Matrix with the dude coming out of the faucet. Oh, yes. Yep. Okay. Yep. Now this is starting to ring a bell now. Yes. No, I do remember that. Yeah, I haven't hidden that. No, this is, you know, it wasn't, I had the idea before I saw the Matrix, but I didn't know I didn't feel like I knew what to do with it until I saw The Matrix, if that makes sense. So it's not inspired by The Matrix, but it's like The Matrix is sort of in the DNA of the story in terms of I kind of saw, oh, that's how they did it. Not that I'm, copying it or anything, but I was like, okay, I can see a way to sort of get this to work. But definitely a lot of the visuals and stuff, I would say, would be inspired. I rewatched The Matrix maybe a year ago now, and I was kind of surprised as just how much from that movie crept into this story in terms of inspiration. Bo says the pacing really picked up once Joan Bancroft removed 90% of the child murder in the series. Yeah, it was a very integral part of the original story. It was almost 2 whole books of it. It's too much. It was just too much. Angela says, crap, I just realized I don't think I got the supplemental. No, I'm working on it now, Angela. It's not out yet. This will eventually be crowdfunded, but I don't know exactly when. Or is it crowdfunded or pre-sales? I don't know. I always thought that was sort of the same thing, but now everyone's telling me it's not. So I don't know. It'll probably be done by the time I go live with it for a myriad of different reasons. Mostly because I don't want the stress, and also there's like a tax thing as well. So I don't know if that's pre-sales or crowd. It doesn't really matter to me because I'm doing it all myself. So no, not this one. It's already done. Like Rod's already done most of the art. We've got the last, I think, 8 pages or something to finish off, and then I'm coloring it now. That's what I'm doing now. All right, I got to send the link to Vaughn shortly. Don't let me forget. Simply Green says Matrix is pivotal for visuals culturally. Yeah, but so much originality can derive from the inspiration. Yeah, exactly. You can just be inspired by what they did and then go off and do your own thing, but keep that sort of fire as you go, if that makes sense. Otherwise says it matters, Bancroft. Yeah, it can. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it all out. Like I thought it was sort of pretty much the same thing, but I don't know. I still would do the campaign thing though. Would never give that up. With you get the backers and the things. So if that's crowdfunding, that's crowdfunding. I don't know. Just don't ask Noah for tax advice. I'll make sure not to. Otherwise says crowdfunding is to get to make the product. Well, I have been crowdfunding in that sense because it's been through memberships that I was actually able to pay Rod to draw it. So it is crowdfunding, but just not through the normal means. I mean, crowdfunding through YouTube, essentially. And I don't know if it'll be 100% finished when I go live with it, but close. A lot closer than Painted Death was. We'll be well into the coloring. All of the line art will be done. So, yeah. Student of God says, in my review, I talked about you being good at setting the mood for your panels, aka Michael Bancroft, the mood setter. The mode setter. Well, thank you. I feel like I got even better at that in the second one. With the colors and everything. So, hopefully. Mo says, Bancroft pays Rod for services rendered, which sometimes includes art. when the mood strikes him. What color hair would this guy have? I feel like it would be gray. Let's have a look. Crowdfunding used to be called fundraising and then crowdsourcing. Yeah, I get, and then I think this definitely falls into that category because yeah, this literally wouldn't this art wouldn't be here if it weren't for the members on the channel. So but they haven't like backed a campaign or anything, so it's still it's different. It's more of a support thing. Jay says crowdfunding is whatever you want it to be for your project. However, you need to raise the money to get it out to the people. That's all that matters in the end. I agree philosophically. The problem is I can't get the Australian Taxation Office to agree. They're like, no, if you collect money and now you've earned over a threshold, I think it was like 75,000. Yeah, we get a percentage of that money. I don't care how it was obtained. Every quarter, I think, they come for their cut. And I used to be in the threshold. I used to be underneath the threshold where they weren't able to do that. I didn't have to register for that. But yeah, this one, Pain to Death, and way over that. So as well, every sale I make, here's the thing. Every sale I make, I have to pay goods and services tax on if I don't send it within a month. So that's sort of like, that's a 11 and 10% extra kind of cut that I have to fork out if I don't send it straight away. So that's another kind of all right, I want to be sending them pretty quickly, but I mean a month is this is not going to happen. So I just have to eat that. Slavic one, Michael, why are Australians so good at swimming? It's part of the culture. You know, this is going to sound weird. Americans say they have a gun culture. Australians have a swimming culture. It's in our blood. It's sort of a point of pride for us. So yeah, it's just like a massive part of being an Australian growing up is, you know, every kid goes to swimming lessons, usually both privately and public school, you know, every week. So it's just a thing. Although Mo has an alternative theory. He says they learned to be good swimmers so they wouldn't end up like the poor dude in Waltzing Matilda. Yeah. Oh, I gotta send the link to Vaughn. Hold on a sec. Alrighty. Let me get up his campaign. Phenomenova. Actually, which one is closing out? He's got on a bunch of different sites. Where is it? Damn. And yeah, I think it's on Indiegogo. Actually, no, I'll go onto his Twitter. That'll probably be it. All right. And try again. All right, he's got the link. Is it Indiegogo, I think? He's got on 3 sites. Mad lad. Where is it? Does he not have the link thing? Linktree. That'll help me out. Hello, good sir.
To answer your question, it's all platforms. Fund My Comic,
All platforms,
Kickstarter, and Indiegogo. Kickstarter is ending because there's no in demand, and then Indiegogo is ending tonight as well. The funding period.
Let me bring them up. All right, I've got the Kickstarter. I've got this one must be Indiegogo. Yeah, it's really a pick your poison situation.
Yeah. So there isn't, the only exclusive is there's a mini print on the Fund My Comic, but otherwise, go wherever you want. I wanted to make it Billy. I remember asking Billy Tucci for advice on 666. I remember asking Billy, he was like, yep, launch on Kickstarter is like launch everywhere you can. And that's what I wanted to do. Because I've had people in person tell me, will Henry Bemis please explain the outfit he streamed in last? What did I stream in last night?
What did you stream in? Oh, don't worry. I'm asking about the beard. We're gonna get to the beard.
The beard.
What do you have against beards?
Listen, I just have too pretty of a face to cover up, Bankroll.
That's not. Hang on. Let me pin the.
I just shaved before this, actually, like literally just before this. But yeah, so
beards can make your pretty face look even more handsome.
Maybe.
No. He's like, no. And then you wouldn't get carded, and then you wouldn't have everyone say, oh, young Vaughn Coleman.
That's true. I wouldn't.
But maybe you like that. Maybe you do like being the young.
I guess. I mean, I'm older now. I just turned 25. So a little bit older.
I had a big bushy Ned Kelly beard when I was your age. It was glorious. I wish I could have it back. But gonna be a bit more professional now. So yeah, Billy said whack them up on each site. I did the same. I still have to do Fund My Comic though. I'm gonna put everything up once everything is.
You haven't done Fund My Comic yet?
Yeah, and that's been your biggest one, hasn't it?
Yeah, because it was just for a long. So the reason I waited so long Kickstarter and Indiegogo was until I had my final variant cover. Initially, it was going to be a Kickstarter exclusive, and then I realized they don't require exclusives anymore. And I said, well, I want no customer. I want to make it as easy on the customer as possible. If none of them require exclusives, I'm not going to do it. So, but because I launched on Fund My Comic first, and it's an unknown platform, I wanted to give them a free mini print. But otherwise, wherever the customer wants, all the covers are available. So as soon as the Buzz cover, Buzz finished up his cover for me, I got that out. And the book is, I'm basically just doing revisions on the letters now. I just sent like some grammar. I rewrote some lines of dialogue because I was like, maybe that's too wordy. I switched some things around. But I'm basically done with the book. It's just now finishing up the last bit of letters. And then we're just like finishing up the credits pages and stuff like that. And yeah. If you want to get the most of it,
speech patterns are kind of like jazz.
I gotta work on it. I know. That is true. People are like telling me to slow down, or whatever. Run-on sentences.
Now keep
was
the energy
thing.
up. Keep the energy high. No, seriously, better
you.
than sitting here and it's like,
yeah.
No. Don't let the chat dictate how you need.
No, but it's funny.
Jeff Goldblum energy. Yes, everyone loves Jeff Goldblum.
Everyone does. No, yeah. I mean, I would get a lot of feedback looking back, growing up, about run-on sentences being a big problem with my brain. So, yeah.
Well, as long as it's not too ingrained into your writing.
No, I fix it. That's what my revisions were. I was like, yeah, I could add a couple periods here. I could maybe take out some words. I found like I've become a better writer the more I do it, and especially seeing your words on the page there's so much that looks better on a blank page than when I see it with the art. I'm like, let me change that a little.
Are you working with anyone else for the writing or anything? Or are you
editor? Editor. Yeah, everyone. My biggest advice is everyone should have an editor. I'm not just saying that because I'm an editor available for hire, but I'm also just in general, because
editors need editors too. Don't forget that.
Well, and feedback. Get feedback from friends. I remember when I went to film school. My friends and I every week we'd make a point of sitting around and reading each other's scripts. And there was back when this was called The Vortex. This was 2 titles ago. There was a part and I was like, no, you guys don't understand. And I was like, okay, well, if I'm in a group of like 6 or 7 people and everyone else is reading my character one way and I'm saying it's a different way, maybe I'm communicating improperly. And that's the kind of, feedback that people need.
Yeah, that's the thing that you can never know as a writer.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have everything in your head. So every time you read it or you work on it, you're coming at it with like godlike omnipotent perspective. Your readers aren't going to have that.
The most divisive thing I ever did was this new title. It's so funny, Phenomenova. Most people I think have accepted it. Phil would for like weeks.
Yeah, Mo was telling me that earlier. He's been on your back about this one. So what did you say? It was Vortex originally?
So all right, no. So when I was little, it was Lightning Lad.
That's how I've got that card. Is that card worth anything?
No, then it was Living Legends. That was title number 3. Then it was the Vortex. And I pitched it to I was working at Phenom Comics at the time. And as soon as I got an editor job on Hunter Ninja Bear, I was immediately writing my script and I was like pitching it. And Rob Hunter shot down my pitch for what was called the Vortex, an earlier version of this. Actually, he was like, okay, so he gets struck by lightning and he has super speed. I'm like, yeah. He goes, okay, that's the Flash. I'm like, no, it's different. But yeah, it's some hidden lore.
It was closer to Little Lord Lightning. Yeah, that's what he said.
Well, Lord Lightning was another. So there's actually a reference in this. So one of the names I came up with for the hero when Lightning Lad was taken was Lord Lightning. And I'm about to I revealed it on Creative Block, like proud. And then Jake started laughing hysterically as soon as I said Lord Lightning, and the whole panel laughed at me live on air. Now, keep in mind, Phil denies this, but Phil, when I was hanging out with him in person, said he loved that name. And then afterwards, he goes, "Well, I didn't." I'm like, "Yes, you did," but he just denies it now because he wants to be cool.
Got to him.
Yeah,
he felt like he had to laugh with the crowd.
Yeah, what a jerk! What a jerk! Unbelievable.
Henry says Vaughn turned down his suggestion of Aryan Lightning. There's no idea why. He's a very blonde character.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah. Well, one of the other members of the team, like I remember when I'd have other like blonde kids in the friend group, I'd have it be different. No, Phil was genuine at this time. Don't give Phil any of that. But no, so Galvanite was what I decided on as his name. And then
that's
of course
your bad guy.
It's my good guy. He's Lord Lightning is now Galvanite. So that's the name.
It's a good name.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes it takes a few steps for me to get it right.
White Lightning. That sounds good too. I'm gonna work with that.
I think that's like an energy drink, isn't it?
Oh, here's the back cover here. So these are all hang on. These are all the covers here. We've got Irene Strakowski. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So what's this guy's name again?
Dark Cloud.
Dark Cloud.
Yeah.
That's your bad guy.
Yeah. So that was basically, Irene, I mean, she killed it on that cover. Loved it. But all the variant covers are for my campaigns. My main one will be available like on my website later on. But all of the variant covers, they're across the campaigns. They're like basically, once these are done, they're done. Like maybe I'll have a couple extras for conventions, but they'll be at a higher price.
These are campaign covers.
Right. All the variants are. So
there's Irene,
Jules.
Yeah,
Cecil's girlfriend.
Is this a homage?
Yeah, to Final Fantasy VII.
I know nothing. I never played Final Fantasy. I don't know anything about it, so I'll just have to take your word on it.
Yeah, don't engage with the shipping community. They got really angry at me.
Why?
Because I just said, oh, well, analyzing the character arcs, I feel these characters have a very good relationship. And then apparently there was a shipping war going on at the time. And they accused me of like doctoring footage in my gameplay video to fit a narrative. and they got really angry at me.
Vaughn, I'm ancient compared to you. I'm about to turn 44 years old. I
Oh.
may as well have one foot in the grave. I didn't get involved in anything called shipping. I was already an old man by the time that came around. So yeah, I leave all of that well alone, just on principle.
Oh, I tried to, but like I didn't even mean to. I was just talking about a game that I liked. And they were like, do you know what you just did? I'm like, no. But yeah. It's funny too, because it's like when I debate people, like one of my best friends and I like Cyclops more than Wolverine, but I still like Wolverine.
When you say debate, you mean you go onto like forums and stuff or websites?
Oh no, just like my friend and I talking. I don't waste my time.
Oh, okay.
No. Dude, have you been on the comics Reddit?
You're a creator now. You don't have time for any of that.
Well, it's not even that. The comic book subreddit is horrendous.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. I've got a friend, Rob. He's a Redditor, and he sends me Reddit stuff. It's like, Rob, what are you doing on this site? It's the worst site on the internet.
Oh my god, they like. I remember one guy said like, I don't think comics are too political now, and his counter argument was they've always been political and on the nose because Kitty Pryde wore the Star of David, and that meant it was on the nose with her being Jewish. And I'm like, that's not on the nose. It's just a necklace.
Mo asks, is Vaughn making a political statement by changing his hair from ramen yellow to Trump orange? Is that what's happening?
I don't think
see that, but all right.
I don't think so.
Ride the wave. So this cover is by, who's this cover by?
Sukeisha Ray. So my chat was simping for her. She was on my show a few times. She's a good friend of mine. She's an artist. She goes to like a ton of cons, so you'll always be able to see her. If you get this signed, you'll be able to get it signed by her. But nice. Yeah, good friend of mine.
Yeah, it looks good. And this is the main cover.
Yeah, this is the main cover.
And who did this? Is this the interior artist on the team?
Mm-hmm. And I'm happy to say, guys, if you need extra incentive, issue 2 is already in production. I have 2 covers for issue 2. And you know what? I'll announce it on here. I got the penciler from Hunter Ninja Bear. Mel Ruby did one of my variant.
Hang on. Hold that up and show off some of the art in this. I was blown away by this.
I mean, so was I, man. So was I. But Mel,
show some of that art in there.
Yeah, so the artist in this book is doing a variant cover for issue 2.
Oh, that's crazy.
He already did it. I just don't want to show off issue 2 covers before people get issue 1.
I can't shout out enough about that book, Hunter Ninja Bear.
Mm-hmm.
It had actually been a while since I'd received a book at that time. I've gotten a whole bunch since that were really good, but it was a really bad dry spell of books that I'd received, and I was like getting a bit, depressed with comics at the time. And then I got that, and I was like, oh, they do still make good books. Yes.
I got so lucky with that being my first job. I was given like no context as the story, and I was just blown away.
Yeah, it's good stuff. He shows off the art by showing the title. Well, it had his name on.
Yeah, it had my name. That's why I had to do the ego boost, and then
proud of his work. All right. So as mentioned, these covers are all available on all of these platforms, but Kickstarter is ending. Let's have a look. In 4 hours, and Indiegogo in 9 hours. So if you want to use these sites, and I know a lot of people will only use one or the other.
Yeah.
Including Fund My Comic now. Out of all the 3, it was the people saying, I want to back your book on Fund My Comic more than anything.
Yeah.
Which is cool to see.
Even now, since I've launched Indiegogo and Kickstarter, a lot of the people are still backing. Like, it's comparable the amount of people who have backed on Fund My Comics since launching these 2. Like, It really is. And I think that's great. I mean, Luke Stone has been tremendous. It's a really good platform.
Luke's the G.
Yeah. Luke's awesome.
Luke's great. He puts out he does a lot of art too. And I don't know where he gets the time to do all this. I mean, it looks like running this site would be basically a full-time job, but he's doing art as well. And
I don't know how he does it, man.
Well, he's got his second lease on life now. He was on death's door. Now he's back with a vengeance. Here's the back cover.
An homage to Bloodstrike.
Who's this little guy?
This is well, originally it was Boom Boy, and then the Diaz brothers said Kid Kaboom was a better name, and so I changed it to Kid Kaboom.
You change names a lot. You let people
No, they were right. They were right. I don't do it all the time. Like, I'm sticking to my guns on Phenomenova and Galvanite. But him, he was just, they never said his name in the book. So I was like, yeah, Kid Kaboom.
Right. Ray says he had a long nap. That's how he does it. Gives you an energy boost. I don't think that's how it works, but yeah, definitely give me a new lease.
You don't
on
sleep for 6 months after that.
Yeah. You should have. You could just move his eyeballs over to the side. Make so like, come on, and like you wouldn't. You'd be like, that's some giant cans there. Who is that?
Zoberin. So she's a sorceress from Germany.
Is it like in Game of Thrones where if you take the necklace off, she becomes an old hag? Did you see that?
I have never watched Game of Thrones.
Yeah, there's this like the hottest woman in all of Game of Thrones, and she, it's Game of Thrones. She's always getting her tits out, having sex with everyone. And then, like, I don't know, spoilers. I've already said it. I think 6 seasons in, she has the necklace exactly like that. It's always very prominently displayed. She takes it off, and she's this old hag with like tits hanging down to her waist. If you didn't know that, sorry, spoilers.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch Game of Thrones. It's weird. Rainy's like the biggest fan, and she sold me not against it because she keeps complaining about it, but also praising it at the same time. And I'm like, this sounds like too much.
For a while, it was the best television show ever made.
Until like the last season, right?
No, it was like four amazing seasons, and then the 5th one, you're like, not quite the same quality, but it's fine. Let's go. Come on, I'm Game of Thrones, baby. And then season 6, you're like, what's going on? What's happening? Come on, you got to finish this strong. I'm starting to see the cracks here. And then I think the last 2 seasons was just like, first it kind of like, you know what it did? Season 7, it fell off the side of the cliff and it was hanging on, like in a movie. And then season 8, they said, fuck it, and they let go. It was to be the pinnacle of everything. And then it was anyway. Yeah. So she's trying to prevent you from not having to go through that pain.
Understandable. By the way, we 15K because all my stretch goals are cumulative. At 15K, which we hit. Yeah. Things? So I counted up across. So we at 15K, we unlocked. Everyone gets this art piece that I know you guys love as a mini print. Everyone will get it no matter where you back, free with your order.
Yeah, dude. I still remember the first time seeing this. Because I think before then, all I'd seen was that little black and white card. I
think this is one of the first pieces.
So like, it's nice, but and then everyone saw this, like, what the?
Yeah, when I saw it, I was blown away. It was cooler than what I had wrote, and I loved it. And we are, I think, 6 backers because my next goal is a backer goal. So at 300 backers, the winner of our fan art contest will be drawing the trading card of our main villain, Dark Cloud. And we're like 6 backers away from it.
Very nice. Everyone, the link to the Indiegogo is pinned in the chat, and I'll put it in the description after the stream as well. You can back on Kickstarter, Indiegogo, or Fund My Comic, but the Kickstarter and Indiegogo are ending. So if you want to get on there, hang on. Jeff Suller, man, I really dig this, but Vaughn did a big oopsie. What
did I do? Yeah.
Is it? Let us know.
Uh-oh.
Here's another pick of the team. Is this the same artist?
Yes. All of it's an interior page. And I love these characters so much. As I was planning out I did mess up the mailing list. I forgot about that. All right, so here's what I did. I talked to Luke and he explained it to me, but I'm an idiot and it didn't go through properly. I was like, oh, well, there'll be a day 1 mailing list trading card. And then Luke Stone's like, that's not how it, like, that's not how. I'm like, oh, so should I guess I'll just give day one backers the trading card then. So I changed it. So
Hang
it
on.
was just
Mailing. Why can't you give it to people who are signed up on the mailing list? You can check that manually.
Well, hold on. I made it where you had to be from the mailing list and back day one. But then I decided to simplify it so it's just backing day one. But if you would not back day one, you wouldn't have been able to get the mailing list trading card anyway.
You could still do it, but I always find it's best to under promise and over deliver. And people get stuff that they didn't expect they were going to get. They're usually very happy, and they'll send you a nice email saying, "Wow, I didn't know I was getting all this extra stuff," and they'll be happy anyway.
But what about the people that backed it the first day to get the trading card?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Well, okay, it's hard. I'm not explaining this well. It was supposed to be. No, because I didn't fully get, because it was supposed to be day one you had to back regardless, but it was just an extra step. So if anything, I made it easier for people because it was going to be you had to be on the mailing list and back day one. But instead,
now it's just if you back day
just
one.
Back day one. Yeah,
I think that's fine.
I think I did a good job.
But Jav is like,
you guys are haters.
I was on the mailing list, and now you're just giving it to everyone who backed day one. Is that what Jav is saying?
That's what Jav. I think that's what Jav is suggesting.
He wants the exclusivity. I understand.
Well, it's not really exclusive because I have 640 people on my mailing list.
Nice.
So.
Oh, the problem was you didn't mention day one. Oh, there you
I
go. So
did. There's post history and video footage of me saying this. There's absolutely. I absolutely said this.
All right, tell us.
Jobs, Taylor, for you.
Let's get into the story. What's happening here? What are they doing? They're off on a little adventure in the woods.
Yeah, so basically, so in this scene, what we have is he's searching for what he believes are. I'm trying not to spoil too much, but they're off searching for something in a cave. They find this cave when they're out searching, and they decide they want to explore it. This is some undiscovered territory. So some background. Yeah. If you saw that double-page spread, stuff got messed up during World War III. This area of California got completely nuked, and then magically...
How far in the future are we?
20 years after World War III, and World War III was already in the future. So we're pretty far into the future. And this world has basically been reshaped, and it's basically just this new kind of landmass. And so there are caves now that have been undiscovered. And so he finds this one. And in this cave, when he falls through a crack, he finds this mysterious crystal, this element that has not been seen in the world before.
Is the element called unobtainium?
No, it is not. Okay. We don't know what it is. We don't know what it is because before he even has the chance,
something from our time, it could be like a GameCube or something.
A GameCube? I don't think so.
I don't know what that is.
No, I do actually. I grew up on the GameCube.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
No,
GameCube.
It's
all my friends had it. I had PS2. My friends had GameCube, but I played all my friends' houses.
I never got any further. Cranberry Lang digs these panels. I know what I dig. I love this color. I love the green blue. That glow.
Yeah. I remember this is one of the ones where I had envisioned it a different color, and then I saw this and I was like, what? No, this is good. This is good.
Ellie says, it's pure uranium. Main character is dead by issue.
You know what's funny is I have written this. I've had this idea in my head since I was in second grade. So many times I've had this glowing crystal, and the first person to ever mention in notes was Rini. She was like, shouldn't he be concerned about radiation when she was?
That's what I was just about to say. These kids grew up in the aftermath of nuclear fallout,
and somehow they never. This is again why people need to give feedback, because I'm so in my own head. I didn't think of that at all. And Rini, that was one of the first notes she gave me. She's like, "Isn't this kid concerned about radiation?" So I do have a line about that where he shows it to his friends at school, and one of them's like, "Dude, you could have died. Like what?" You shouldn't be holding that.
You could still be dying and killing all of us. Did you check this with a guy? Did you check the insanely glowing rock?
Yeah.
The guy.
Yeah, no, that's what
I found. You know what I found? In some stories, it's like you can't get too into it because you could do that with anything. If you go too crazy with it, where you're like, I mean, if it's really beyond the pale, but I think that's fine. Like, it's an adventure. The kid finds a glowing thing in a cave. He's gonna take it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it were real life, it's not real life. It's a story.
Well, I also wanted my character. One of his main traits, you'll find he's very impulsive. He just kind of leaps into danger. He's like, oh, he's very adventurous. He's always going out exploring. He's always like, there's a scene with a bully where it's like his first instinct is, oh, you mess with me, like I'll fight back. He's always he has a big heart and a lot of adventure, but the problem is that he is very much impulsive. And he's someone, and you give someone like that super speed and you get problems. One of the things that was fun about making him a teenager was I had a big debate of how young I wanted to make him. I decided freshman in high school. Because I decided his immaturity was actually something I kind of wanted to lean into, that he's in some ways, he's very idealistic. And I don't want to fall into the modern trapping of, oh, idealism is bad, cynicism good. I don't want to fall into that because I'm very much against that. But there's also like, okay, but you don't have to be an idiot about it. Like he's in the first issue, he puts on a makeshift costume days after getting his powers. And he's like, oh, there's a reactor heist on the news. It's like a critical terrorist threat. Yeah, I could run in and solve the problem. I'm like, no, you can't. What are you doing? And I think Rini's cover really conveys that. He's just totally outclassed by this villain. Like,
so he gets the stone, he gets his powers, and now he's like, because of his personality, he's like, well, I got powers now. I have the power to do some good.
Yeah.
Get to work. But then he runs into.
Yeah.
How much of this story are readers going to get in this first book?
I wanted to make sure that if you never bought another one, that this was pretty good. What it is so Phenomenova is going to be the name of the superhero team that it's going to evolve into a team book. But issue 1, I wanted to focus on him. By the end of this book, we will be setting up him. I won't spoil who, but he will be trained by one of the veteran superheroes you see in World War III with the intention of him going to the team. So you will see a fight you'll see him like come into conflict with the villain. You'll see him enter the reactor. You'll see his origin story. You'll see some of the background in World War III.
So in this world, there are already superheroes with powers already.
Yes. In World War III.
See, then it makes perfect sense. See, look, here's how I would explain it.
Yeah.
You're a kid. You're dealing with bullies.
Monkey see, monkey do.
You find a glowing orb in a cave.
Right, exactly.
You're like, this is my opportunity. If I'm ever going to get superpowers, it's going to happen here. So it actually makes perfect sense. You don't have to worry about it. And that is what happens. And he gets to work on it. So
I think one of the things that, it was when I decided eventually to make it superheroes have been a thing in this world, it kind of meant I didn't have to over-explain, and it explains his attitude. He's like, oh, they've done it. It
also opens up just a lot of people accept things in the superhero genre. You don't have to explain them. You don't have to set it up. It's just that's part of the genre. Ellie wants to point out, he found Playboys in the woods when he was a kid. He took those. It was an American.
Global.
I think it was a global pastime. I don't know if it was American. I definitely remember that.
I didn't grow up with that because we have the internet. So
yeah. You didn't have magazines. You didn't have like titty.
We didn't have to worry about that. Which is it's interesting. Yeah, but one of the things. So World War III was jump started because of superhumans started springing up, and one of them they started gaining power, and so they almost became like a superhero arms race. Right. So this is almost my Justice League / Justice Society equivalent. I wanted them to be shining ideals. Like that is based on Justice League drawings you see. And
Dean, I was just saying, Dean thinks this is him.
Oh,
on the front cover. Confirm, deny.
If I say it's an insert of Dean, maybe I'll get less.
People saying it's you. Yeah, there you go. Shield it. Let's shunt it off to them.
Yeah, he's an American Dean.
So one of these characters will be mentoring the main character.
Yeah,
what's the main character's name?
Miles, but his superhero name is Galvanite.
Yeah.
So,
and is it Galvanite one word, or is it like Galvan?
Galvanite is one word. So his favorite superhero was the one in the middle, Golden Gallant. So he's so inspired by him. that he decides to take that on as a name, even if he's not actually a knight, because it's to him, it's the values.
What's his powers? This guy.
Galvanite. So Galvanite, initially it was like I was gonna have my own version of Superman in my universe, and then basically someone told me, and I kind of agreed. They were like, okay, no, we've seen that a million times. And I thought about it. I'm like, is there ever a time I'm looking at a superhero story that's not DC? And I'm like, yes, the Superman equivalent is here. No, never, you know? So I was like, let's do something different. And so I said,
this is my Superman.
Yeah.
This is my Batman.
I was like, let's make his powers come from a suit or something. And I was like, okay. So I came up with that. And I was like, well, if we're going to lean into it, let's really lean into the knight thing. And then it became, well, let's make him the true ideal, the knight in shining gold armors. And you know what? He's going to fly anyway. Let's give him angel wings. So he's like angelic knight in shining armor, golden ideal. And he's got like this mallet of justice. He's basically becomes like the shining ideal. And now he has to live up to that. And now, no matter what, he's always going to be fighting an uphill battle. And I think that's why I like my main character, is I've given him these impossible ideals to live up to. And as I was coming up with the World War III history, I was like, this needs to be its own story. So I would love to do that. So this team is called Crusader Corps. And I would love to do stories set during World War III
like
following
spin-off?
Crusader Corps. Yeah, prequel.
Yeah, that sounds good. We're joined by Corey Barton, Michael Deitcher.
Yeah.
Great to see you both here. So just in case you aren't aware, this Phenomenon Nova is closing out tonight, in a matter of mere hours. On Indiegogo, I think it's 9 hours.
Yeah.
And Kickstarter is in 4 hours. So if you wanted to grab it on either of these platforms, now is the time to do it. Are you going to be closing out anywhere else tonight? Is that still happening?
On someone else's channels? I don't believe so. I'm just going on a bunch of shows.
Okay.
And then I'm going to be closing out on my own channel. So, I'll be going live for a while. But
cool. All right, man. I do have to get running.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Always a laugh to hang out and chat. And I do hope you do come around and grow a nice big manly beard, but baby steps,
Honestly,
I just got this face. I don't want to cover it up.
Well, it's not even just that. If I'm being honest with you, I honestly just I don't like the feeling of it. I hate this. I know it sounds weird. It's my OCD.
It does take a while to get used to having a beard.
Because I was growing it. Like even earlier today, I was streaming. I was like, I'm not going to shave for a little bit because I was thinking about it, and then I was like, I don't. It's bothering. So I just kind of shaved it. It's like an OCD thing, honestly.
No, I do understand that. You got to see. The thing is, you got to get past it. But then eventually, when I've had a beard for a while, I do just want to get rid of it. That is true. But I don't know. I like beard. Anyway. Go out and grab Phenomenova. It's been pretty amazing. So these are all in Aussie dollars, so don't freak out here. So,
I was like, whoa! At first, I was like, oh,
it's 1,500 over there on Kickstarter.
So it's
like
only satanic in Australia,
dude. This is so you're like right on the cusp of 15K.
I passed it if we're doing a cumulative goal, and if at 20K we'll get another. So at 300 backers, which we're 6 away from, we'll get a card of our main villain, and then at 20K across all platforms, we will get another trading card. So those are within reach. Yeah, so 15K.
Dude, that's no joke. That's serious. Seriously, congratulations.
We're on the road to 16K.
You had like 500 backers, and I was like, "What? That is huge." So it's good to see you really to get like over half the people who signed up to come and actually back is pretty massive. You don't usually get that many. So. Congratulations on the success. And what sort of, you said it's pretty close to finish. What kind of timeline are you thinking you're gonna
one thing I've learned is everything takes longer than you think, right? Ideally, I'd love to have it sent to the printer by the end of this month, now that it's August. So my letterer said it should only take about a week or so to do the revisions. Then we just basically have to, the credits page is done, we just have to, the fan art page is done. Like all those extra pages need to get done. Then I just basically have to just get the print files ready, send it out. The trading card, the first trading card stretch goal is being done. Not only that, but as soon as I was done with this issue, I made sure my issue 2 script was revised and ready to go. So issue 2 already is in production. Already 3 pages have been thumbnailed, 2 covers have been done. The 3rd one is being done. So my goal is to, by the time this is done, to have the second issue is going to be 24 pages. So I want them to be up faster. But yeah, you're expect a fast turnaround time on this book.
Sounds good.
So hopefully it should be being sent out in September is my hope.
That's what we want to hear. Excellent. Yeah, that's when I'm planning to sort of people start to expect getting my book in
September is
in the hands. Did you see my copies?
I haven't, but I've read your first one when I was getting my hair done. Actually,
check these out, man. Check out that.
Oh, whoa!
UV
wow.
spot on it. So it's just where the windows are. I'm so happy. Can I ask
a question? Was that inspired by one of Frank Miller's Daredevil covers?
No, it wasn't really inspired by anything. It was sort of more inspired by something that happens in the story. And what I was doing is I was trying to conceptualize of an idea where I could have a cool UV spot, essentially, if I raised enough. And I thought, what would be cool? Like skyscrapers with the glass windows. So I was just trying to think of an idea around that. And I've seen this sort of image is quite common where you're looking up at skyscrapers. So I thought, I'm gonna have an idea where like she's actually falling up, which is sort of
that's awesome.
Putting it on its head.
I love that. The reason I asked, sorry, I was just gonna show my screen first of all, I love that cover, by the way.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, no, I've never seen that. That's cool.
Yeah. You never seen this is all right. This is like arguably the greatest comic.
I really haven't read much Daredevil. I think
I
read the Frank Miller a while back.
That's it. That's Frank Miller.
That was I read the trade. I remember seeing covers.
Yeah, I made the definitive reading order on my YouTube channel.
Oh, cool. Yeah, and I also have the hardcover as well.
That looks gorgeous.
I'm like, oh, this is so good. This is what got me into wanting me to make a comic, was this sort of stuff. So yes, it's good to have it. Yeah, people will start getting them in early September, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm aiming for too. How long does it normally take to print, do you think? I mean, from your experiences, because I'm scared of the printer, man.
There's no set time, because
that's what I heard.
On how busy the printer is, what they're doing, and a lot of printers kind of put these smaller runs on the back of the list, which is a shame. But yeah, so like weeks usually. If it pushes a month, that's like it's going on. But and I've heard horror stories of people waiting months.
Do you get physical proofs or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, get physical proofs, because you want to make sure that the order of the pages is all correct and everything.
Yeah.
And there's something about actually holding the physical and flicking through it that it just it focuses your attention. And even after checking dozens of times, I found something that was an error in one of my hardcover proofs that I got to fix. So, and then after that, they can just send you a PDF or whatever.
Gotcha. All right, I'll have to figure this out, because I'm trying to get it out the door, but I also, if I mess up on the last step.
Yeah, but I don't feel like people. No one's like saying, "Where's my Phenomenon Nova?" Like, get it. Like,
people are, especially in person.
You possibly can.
So a lot of my friends will be like, "Vaughn, where's the book?" Whatever. I've had people message me, be like,
"Hey,
yeah,
I'm getting it done. It's fine."
Yeah. So hopefully, I do want to get it out soon. But want to make sure it's a great product. So, and I think both are possible. We'll see. So my goal is to have it sent to the printer at latest in September is my goal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's that's perfectly reasonable. Check it again, print it out, check it, and you should be good. I had no errors in the first book that I know of. No one's ever found any. So and this was a much bigger book, so yeah, we checked it even more. So hopefully I'll have the same situation on this one. All right, man. Thanks so much for popping on, everybody. I'll put the link is in the chat to the Indiegogo. You can go follow Vaughn on what's your Twitter handle?
Vaughn M. Coleman.
There you go. And there's a link tree and everything. Follow him on YouTube. Vaughn Coleman, is that the YouTube?
Yeah, I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. So.
Oh, nice! Congratulations.
Yeah, it only took me 11 years.
Yeah, get on board. It seems like you've done extremely well on your first ever solo project here. So it's great to see. And I will see everybody. Everybody, you're going to be here tomorrow. I will be reading The People by the Diaz Bros. So
I'm familiar with them.
They comics. So yeah, this is one of my favorite stories that I've read that I've gotten from crowdfunding. So I haven't read the second one yet. I'm going to read that later, and I'll let you all know.
I lost my copy. Phil gave me a free one at Heroes Con, and then I actually left it in the hotel room.
Admiral says, "Nice, it's really good." Yeah, I remember loving the first one. I loved it so much. I sent Phil a message. I'm like, "Dude, this is friggin' great. This is probably the best thing I've read from yours." So, I look forward to it. All right, everyone, that's it for me. I hope you have a fantastic day. What is it? It's like 6 a.m. early evening. And I'll see you next time. I'm going to send you over to Mr. Good Stuff. It's been a while. I don't know what he's doing over there. It's probably degenerate, but it'll be good fun either way. All right, guys. Bye.
See you.
Perth made an Australian video, and I wasn't even in it.
Emotional damage.